Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Bill. We are in the Advanced Player's Guide from Pathfinder today. We are going over the Archetype class build series. We're on Fighter class, and the archetype we're going to look at today is the Shielded Fighter. So without further ado, let's see what you would lose from the Fighter class by playing this archetype and what you would gain. A shielded fighter focuses on both offense and defense, blending weapon and shield in perfect balance to impede his enemies while delivering deadly blows, and even turning the shield itself into a formidable weapon. These fighting school benefits apply when wielding a weapon and a shield simultaneously. The first ability you get is Active Defense at 3rd level. A shielded fighter gains a +1 dodge bonus to AC when wielding a shield and fighting defensively. Using combat expertise or using total defense, this bonus increases by +1 for every 4 levels beyond 3rd. As a swift action, he may share this bonus with one adjacent ally, or half of the bonus, minimum +0, with all adjacent allies, until the beginning of his next turn. This ability replaces armor training 1, 2, 3, and 4. Shield Fighter at 5th level. This is the second ability you get. A shielded fighter gains a +1 bonus on attacks and damage rolls when making a shield bash. These bonuses increase by +1 for every 4 levels beyond 5th. With a full attack action, a shielded fighter may alternate between using his weapon or his shield for each attack. This action does not grant additional attacks or incur penalties as 2-weapon fighting does. This ability replaces Weapon Training 1. The next ability is Shielded Buffet. At 9th level, as a move action, a shielded fighter may make a combat maneuver check to use his shield to impede an adjacent enemy. If successful, the target suffers a -2 penalty on its attack rolls against the shielded fighter, and a -2 penalty on AC on attacks made by the shielded fighter until the beginning of his next turn. At 13th level, a shielded fighter may use this ability as a swift action. This ability replaces Weapon Training 2 and 3. Shielded Guard is the next ability, and you get it at 17th level. As a swift action, a shielded fighter may designate one square adjacent to him. He may designate 2 squares if using a heavy shield, or 3 squares if using a tower shield, but these squares must be contiguous. Enemies in these squares cannot flank the shielded fighter and do not count for flanking with the other creatures. This effect lasts until he moves from his position or uses another swift action to change the affected squares. This ability replaces Weapon Training 4. Shielded Mastery. This ability you get at 19th level. A shielded fighter gains DR 5 to nothing when wielding a shield. This ability replaces Armor Mastery. Shield Ward is the ability you get at 20th level. A shielded fighter gains evasion as a rogue while wielding a shield, and adds his shield bonus to his AC, not including enhancement bonuses, on reflex saves and to his touch AC. In addition, his shield cannot be disarmed or sundered. This ability replaces Weapon Mastery. So there's one thing that I've noted out of this in my mind as I was reading it. You could take, if you were a dwarf doing this, you could take the Dwarven Prestige class from 3rd edition, the Dwarven Defender, which also gets a huge AC bonus while wielding a shield and taking a defensive stance. Instead of like a Barbarian Raging, you just take a defensive stance. So you pick a spot and your character won't move, but you get an AC bonus. All these shield effects would stack with it and give it a good bonus. The downside is starting with Shielded Guard, Shield Mastery, and Shield Ward, if you took that Prestige class, you wouldn't qualify for those because of the Prestige class levels. Unless you are playing in an epic campaign, which an epic campaign is any campaign that goes beyond 20th level. Then you could take full 20 levels of fighter and full 10 levels of that prestige class. And in the epic handbook, the prestige class goes beyond 10 levels. So you would also have those options. So it could be a very entertaining and interesting class. If nothing else, it invokes the sword and board style with more use of the shield for attacks and combat maneuvers. I wouldn't use this one myself for a fighter, but I'd use the style for my fighter, like have a shield and a sword and take 2-weapon fighting and the appropriate shield bash feats and use the shield as a weapon and the sword, because with improved shield bash you could shield bash, retain your AC, so you wouldn't lose all the other cool things you get as a fighter like bravery and stuff like that. So those are things to weigh. Let me know if you all like this archetype in the comments below. Until we all game again, guys.